This is division point. Locate the point that divides segment AB in a ratio of 1 to 3 if A is located at 514 and B is located at 1542. So here's my A and here's my B, and the ratio is 1 to 3, and what I want to show you is that basically breaks into 4 equal parts, where this part right here is kind of the first part of the ratio, and this is the second part of the ratio over here. There's one part here and there are 3 parts over there. And we know we have to change that into a fraction. So I'm going to go ahead and get that fraction first, because the formula for locate a point, if you remember, is big open brackets, x1 plus a over b, that's the fraction, times x2 minus x1, comma, after that bracket, y1 plus a over b fraction times y2 minus y1, close those brackets off. And I really need that to be fractional. So since the ratio is 1 to 3, that changes into the fraction 1 over 1 plus 3, which is 1/4. And you can see it, right? It's 1/4 of the way. If there's 4 parts altogether and I've traveled one of them with 3 to go, I've gone 1/4. Now the next thing to note is I'm starting at A, right? I'm dividing line segment AB. That means we're starting from A. If I had called this BA, I would have been starting from B, and I wouldn't be down here, I'd be up here. So very important that you know where your starting position is. So I'm going to take a second and do some careful labeling here. A is my P1, and this is the only formula where it really matters which one you call your X1 and your Y1. You cannot call this point 2. It'll completely reverse all your calculations. The place where you're going, that's your Y2 and your X2 and your Y2 rather. So now I'm ready to plug my numbers in. I've got an X1, which is, so open those brackets up, I've got a 3, plus my fraction is 1/4, and I'm going 15 minus 3. Then I'm going to write comma, and I'll just write the y's in and we'll solve them separately, but I'll write the y down since I'm on a roll here. Y1, 14, plus a over b, 1/4, times y2, 42, minus y1, 14. So that's the way we kind of write the first line, and now we're ready to calculate. We're going to simplify brackets first. I'm going to focus on the x part and then I'll do the y part after. So when we go to focus those brackets, I'm going to get 3 plus 1/4 of 15 minus 3, which is 12. I'll finish that y after, like I said. And now for calculation purposes, please remember that this addition has to happen after these multiplications. Okay, so on the calculator, I know you hate that fraction, so we're going to go 1 divided by 4. You can hit equals there if you want to see it. We know that that's 0.25, and that's being multiplied, that fraction is being multiplied, or that decimal, to the 12. So I'm going to go times 12, which gives me 3. So that whole thing here, that whole thing is a 3, which I then have to add to my original 3, giving me 6. On the y side, same deal. It's going to be 14 plus 1/4 of, now 42 minus 14 is the bracket that I have to do first, which is 28. Now, again, 1 divided by 4 is 0.25 times 28. When you do that on your calculator, go ahead and try that. I'll wait for you. You should have a 7. And then that 7 has to get added to the 14, 21. So the location of that point right there is 621, and it divides the line segment from A, going towards B, in a ratio of 1 to 3.